Welcome to Butcher Barbecue video. Today we're going to tackle the beef brisket. We're going to do two videos today. One on the basic trimming and getting rid of a lot of the fat. The second one will be taking that brisket and then using it for competition trimming. What we have here is called a Packer style brisket. It has two muscles in it. One is our flat, which is our traditional slices. The other muscle is hidden in a lot of fat up here called the decal muscle. That is where you can get some shred or the great burnt ends come from. Let's start by removing the flat from the point being the decal muscle. There's two huge chunks of fat in a brisket. The first one is, as you can see right here, it's this top kernel, and there's one on the bottom, which will be right in here. I will remove the flat by seaming it, pulling it apart, separating it. We'll take our knife, go right along this line of fat and beef, cut it without getting into the flat and without getting into the point. Stay in that fat, that cap. As you can see, we're separating it going down. The bottom part will taper real thin. Once you get down to that point, just cut it off. That's about where we're at. We'll remove this and set it to the side. Now what you have is the flat. This is where you would slice. We're going to flip it over and you still see an excessive amount of fat. We're going to remove this down to approximately a quarter to a half inch of fat. We want it to lay fairly flat while it's being cooked. If you've got this exposed part, a good thing to do is take some of this excessive fat you've got right here, slice it, but don't cut it off, and lay it back over into that area, which will allow it to lay flat on the top. We will remove a lot of this excess fat from the top. That way your rub will stick a lot more to it, but be sure to not get off down into the brisket meat too much, or you'll be taken away from your slices. This piece is ready to be cooked. What you need to do is make a notch right here. What this does, you can see the grain of the brisket running this way. Cut it at a 90-degree angle so that when you're finished cooking it, all you have to do is slice it. You don't have to guess. You do not want to slice it this way. It will be tough and chewy. And start in on our point. The point, as you can see, is completely engulfed in fat. We will remove the fat then on this side there's a little more. Big chunk of fat. Don't be intimidated by it, but just like I said, try to stay out of the red meat while you're doing your trimming. This is that massive 20-pound brisket, trimmed down to two small manageable pieces that'll fit on just about any grill out there or smoker. At this point, you can use your injections, put your rub on it, and it's ready to cook. Stay tuned for more brisket video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so where you do not miss any future videos.